What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Will Z3CZ, for coming through and boosting up the coins. So, we got some mad news right now regarding Maximus Danelius Dubois. I don't care what no one says, yeah? I don't care what no one says. Someone sent him the video from me, that's for sure. No one. Who else been talking passionately about these man calling him out? Who else? No one else. Yeah, a bunch of bum lickers on here. Bum licking. I told you. I put it out there. What do these guys do? Who can handle the business? And Maximus Danelius has done exactly that. He DM'd Fake Paul in the early hours of the morning and said following. Hi Jake, good business on the weekend, but how would you feel fighting for the legitimate heavyweight championship of the world? This is Daniel Imar Dubois calling you out. Let's get it on. And Jake Paul put the DMs out. Jake Paul responded, this guy's a goof troop, man. This guy's a goof troop. He said, get in line. Yeah, listen, man. I don't know how we're gonna handle this guy now, because you don't want Beterbiev's belts at 175. You don't want Danny D's belts at 250 pounds. I guess you got to argue, YB, it's a free country. Essentially, all these. What can I do here? He needs to go back to fighting mixed martial arts fighters. That's what he needs to go. I tell you, Mike was washed up. He's an OAP, and that's on Mike. To be fair, that's on Mike Cucky, son, for cucking me and cucking all of his fans, unwashed fans. Yeah, he lured us in with the clips and his talk, and he did nothing in there. But still, I salute Dan. And a few goofies have come out. Frank Warren even said, "Oh, I think he's doing it for the money. I think Daniel's calling him out for the money." I don't think so. I honestly don't. Daniel can make money. Probably it's sweet money, though, isn't it? That would be the sweetest money he ever earned. Yeah, Fake Paul would get. There's no point even talking about it. We can talk about the Beterbiev one, but there's no point. Danny D would take it. Yeah, give him the Donkey Kong. That's what would happen there. You best believe it. And Jake Paul, 9 months from the date of their fight, would have 2 light-skinned buns in his oven by the time Maximus Danelius finished with his sweet-looking ass. Look at this guy, Fake Paul. He's got the mic tattoo on his thing. It's just like, the guy's just a gimp. That's the truth of the situation. I'm glad. There's nowhere else really now. What's Fake Paul going to do? Where can he run now? He's been given legitimate opportunities. I guess the argument is we're still waiting for Carrot Top. So I salute Danny D. I salute Beterbiev. Carrot Top, where's he at? He think he too good for it. Diva looking ass. Anyway, Jake also put a post out saying, man, I've been boxing for 12... No. He's talking about Dubois. Dubois has been boxing for 12 years, has over 100 fights between amateur and pro, and fought on my undercard. Ha ha ha. But F it, I'm going to have Nikisa talk to Frank Warren and get you in line for the throne. Unlike Artur, at least you have a few thousand fans. Jake, let me tell you something now. When you fought that bum, Andre August, no one watched that. I didn't even watch it. Right? I didn't even watch it. I still couldn't even tell you what happened in... Well, tell her, I saw the clips on Instagram for free. Yeah? The only fans you have is because of Mike. When you fight on your own, ain't no one watching that. Even when you fought Tommy, more people watched it, but still no one watched it like that. It was Mike who did it. That's why when Mike fought Roy Jones, it did allegedly 1.6 million pay-per-view buys. So it's all Mike. That's what it was. But this is the new age, folk. As we know, he's a gimp. He's a gimp. That's what he is. A complete gimp. And what I won't have is these talk sport heads. Listen to this guy now, Simon Jordan. Listen to this guy.
The credibility. Daniel Dubois is a bona fide, legitimate heavyweight champion of the world. Right? May not be the most recognisable yet, but I'm sure if he keeps on going the way he's going, he will be. Do you think, in some respect, this is not an ideal look? You don't really want him. Not an ideal look. You don't really want him. May not be the most recognisable yet, but I'm sure if he keeps on going the way he's going, he will be. Do you think, in some respect, this is not an ideal look? You don't really want him calling out Jake Paul, do you?
Listen, Simon. What Simon don't understand about the game is, or any game for that matter, Simon is estrogenic. You don't feel the spirit of the game. And neither does Carrot Top. Carrot Top's a diva. He's 4 foot tall, essentially. got the cinnamon bun going on up top, and he's just like living in his own world. Yeah, on the down low, allegedly. That's what Carrot Top's doing. So, anyone else who's a red-blooded man, when they watch that, and Jake Paul's in there, like, slapping Mike upside his head, it's Mike has responsibility here for selling out and selling his butthole, which, to be fair, I should have known, yeah, when the Mike Tyson fight was happening. And Mike came out, the Netflix camera, it suddenly switched to Mike with his butt hanging out. I thought then this is a Cabal humiliation ritual, but it's a bit like the Fury fight when in the first round I saw Fury's eyes spinning off the straight left hand. I should have known then, oh, this isn't going to go well. But you convince yourself. So I saw two things with Mike. Number one, he's got his butt out on camera. That's not a mistake, people. Them camera guys, or the video guys who sit there with the live stream, who sit there in the studio kind of thing, working on it behind the scenes, and they got 10 TV screens there, and they decide which to go live with. Because when you're at a live event, yeah, there'll be like 30 cameras there. But only at any one given point in time, there's only going to be one camera that's actually active. So someone sat there, yeah, saw Mike's butt was out and thought, bash, Cabal humiliation. That's what they did, for sure. And number two, when Mike was walking out and he's stumbling all over the place. I should have known. What was my point I was making here? Oh, that was it. People like Simon Jordan we shouldn't... Oh, Dubois is devaluing Dubois. No, Dubois just... Listen, no one expects Jake Paul. I'd love it to happen, but no one expects Jake Paul to actually run the fade with Maximus Danelius. Because he would fill him in. Again, there's no point talking about it. I feel more passionate talking about Beterbiev, because that's... Fake Paul think he can do something with Beterbiev. I actually think... Oh, no. I'd rather watch Beterbiev have a go on Jake Paul, to be honest. I really would, because... it doesn't matter either way. Dubois but he's not going to go for Dubois. Jake Paul needs to feel like Jake Paul would fight Canelo at like 220 pounds, and Canelo would be 195, and Fake Paul would think that carries weight, right? He'd see Canelo at 5'5" and light in the back and think, I got a chance there. With Danny D at 250 pounds, bone dry lean, and 6'6" towering over him, what's he gonna... It's just not going to happen, man. It's just not going to happen ever. I don't care how much... Well, maybe... Listen, Turkey, man. Turkey needs to come out, really. Turkey needs to come out. Oh, no. What's Boxing Kingdom doing? If you all don't know what Jake Paul is doing right now, he's posting about Beterbiev, Dubois, etc. He's getting massive traffic at the moment, and he's giving PR to other fighters. It's very unselfish and good to see. Boxing Kingdom, man. Get your lips off of the end of Jake Paul's dong right now. What's wrong with this guy, man? Corny ass dude. What are you talking about? No, Jake Paul's thriving off their success. And he said that, get in line, because I'm the big prize, and I'm going to contact Frank Warren and see if we can... He's trying to mug them off, saying I'm more famous than you. Fake Paul, if Danny Dubois punched Mike Tyson's head in, he'd be having the same level of thing as you are. You didn't even punch his head in, he was running from him as well. You was scared to death in there. You were scared to death, Fake Paul. So no, Boxing Kingdom, I hate to break it to you, it's nothing to do with very good to see and selfish. He's trying to make a clown. You heard the bars there. Oh, I'll fight you. I might contact you and get you in line for the throne. What throne? You made your own moody belt, the MVP belt. What's that? This could be called the OAP belt, not the MVP belt. Yeah? OAP belt. I'm the champion of punching up old men. You didn't punch him up. You slapped him about, I'll give you that. Did Jake Paul slap Mike Cuckson about? Mike Cuckison? He did. Slapped his old ass about, what can I say? But he didn't beat the brakes off him. That's what he didn't do. So it's not respectful. Unlike Arthur, at least you have a few thousand fans. So he's saying Arthur ain't got no fans and whatever else. So what part of that's respectful and giving credit? Yeah, and you can argue, well, why be Fake Paul's under pressure now, and what is he gonna say? He should be honest and say, listen, man, Arthur, you would punch my head right the way in. I just want to abuse old washed up cucks. Cabal offerings. Yeah, Jake Paul should come out and say, hey man, I'm sorry Arthur Imard Beterbiev, I'm sorry Daniel Imard Dubois. I don't want no problems, man, because you would put my head right the back way into Oklahoma. That's what you'd do. So I want to keep punching up old people, man. Get Evander Holyfield in here and Lennox Lewis as well. That's what will be respectful. Because it's not even like we're asking fake Paul to lie. It's not even like we're asking fake Paul to not be in his ego. You can be in your ego. I can be in my ego, yeah, and still say Dubois and Beterbiev would take my head and push it right the way back for me. It's just what it is. There's certain things that aren't in the question. That's one of them. What happened to the I can beat Mike Tyson? Here we go. What happened to the I can beat Mike Tyson in his prime talk? No, Jake probably was joking, but still, who cares at this point? Oh yeah, Artur's got more fans as well. Artur's got a 1.1 million. Dubois only got 4. I think Artur does the whole Muslim world down. He's got the whole Muslim world, like Habib. Habib's like 30 million. Them two look like cousins as well, to tell the truth, but it's one of them. So they've got that whole game. That's what, a third of the world or something. They've got that game down pat. Danny D really, the numbers spoke for themselves. Instagram's a global situation. I would have thought Dubois though would have been bigger, but it is what it is, folks. That's a big following there. Oops. You got this guy here. He wouldn't last 2 rounds with you. Dubois would put, yeah. Listen, man, I'm a fan of both you and Mike, but everyone knows that fight was rigged. Imagine ducking yet another pro fighter by saying get in line. Oh, look, you were on my undercard. No shame in admitting you're scared. Stop ducking and prove what you say you are. He's got multiple options now. I've got a video coming later, tomorrow probably. Beterbiev replied to the video I did yesterday, not to me, but to Jake Paul, and he said, he doubled down, after 4 years, it's time to have serious challenges. Didn't you notice? Oh, sorry, I didn't notice your acceptance or rejection. So what are we going to do? Beterbiev, yeah. Beterbiev, I don't believe Frank. Frank once said, oh, Dubois wants the money. I don't believe that. I believe these two men, yeah, they felt it like I felt it. I ain't got no clout. I'm not in the position they're in to do something about it, right? I could sit here calling to fight Jake Paul all I want. Right, you're never gonna get it. These men are the same as me on the inside, and they felt this guy's a clown. I want to do him some harm. That's the truth, man. That's the truth. And if you got anything real about you, you'd feel the same. He's a proper muppet. He's a muppet in there. And I want to see him. Listen, if he can go in there and box circles, if Jake Paul in a 24-foot ring was able to nick a few rounds with Beterbiev, I'll give him a win for that. Even if he was able to run and make it a stinking fight, I'd give him that. End of the day, that's Beterbiev's job to get done. Listen, Jake can run. We've seen that. Well, he can run against a 70-year-old man with one leg. And even then, in the first round, when Mike Tyson had anything left, Jake Paul lost the first round, almost got knocked out. That's what happened. Jake Paul was still getting hit, and he was running as hard as he could and getting caught on the way out by a 70-year-old Mike Tyson in La Coca years. So anyway, man, I'm done here. Salute to Danny D. Salute to Artur Imad Beterbiev. These guys are doing God's work right now. That's what they're doing. And Carrot Top, Canella, you a diva. Where you at? Because you're the one guy he actually called out, and Canelo's the one guy given his profile and given his size. I think fake Paul is called for it. There's a reason he hasn't called for Beterbiev before or Danny D before. So Carrot Top, you do call his bluff, and the chances are fake Paul won't even take it. The chances are fake Paul won't even take it. So call his bluff, Canella, and then he'll be back in his box. You got nothing to lose really. Either you get a $300 million to punch the plumber from Oklahoma's head right away in for him, or he ducks it as I expect, and it is what it is. You ain't lost nothing. Oh, I don't want to denigrate you fighting bumlangers. Bums. You ducking Benavidez, man. Who cares? Who cares at this point? You might as well make a joke of your career, because you ain't fighting serious dudes anyway, to be fair, cinnamon bun. So salute to Danny D. Salute to Artur Beterbiev. Big respect to them too. Yeah, big respect to whoever passed my video to Danny D. Because you did that was the right decision to make. Being all bougie and all, no, that's no good. We can't force fake Paul in the ring, but it's the thought that counts, right? It's the thought that counts. No one expects him to get in there with Beterbiev or Dubois, but to put out there and the way Beterbiev's speaking in particular, you know what I mean? I feel vindicated on my feelings, because this isn't chance. People say, oh, they're clout chasing. No, it's nothing to do with that, people. Beterbiev and Danny Dubois do not want to fight Jake Paul just because they want to get paid. They're making millions anyway, particularly Dubois. He's making 10, 15 million a pop anyway. they want to do him some harm. Because we all grew up watching Mike, and again, Mike has a responsibility. It's not all fake Paul's fault, but we all grew up watching Mike and whatever else. And that was hard to see. Especially when Jake Paul was, you man, bugging. He was clubbing away in there. He was really trying to hurt Mike. Yeah, he's scared to death, so he didn't get it done. But he was delusional. He was looking at the floor and bowling his right hand over as hard as he could. If he could have knocked Mike out and had any balls about him, he'd have done it. And in a way, I'd probably, would I have preferred that? Maybe in a way. Because then maybe Canelo might have been inspired. But Canelo shouldn't have to be inspired by seeing Mike Tyson spark out. And to some extent, I hope, that fake Paul somehow gets in there with a Holyfield or a Lennox Lewis next. That's what I kind of hope. So maybe Carrot Top, you know what I mean? At some point, Carrot Top is going to step up and say, you know what? Let me do my duty. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one. People, stop it.